Well, it didn't look like we started till halftime. But no, we started. OU did some things that they had not done since '04. The first time they did it, Coach came out and said, "Coach, that was this blitz, and I haven't seen it since Vince was here," and he was right, and he responded well to it. It was on the ball that he threw a back shoulder ball to Mal Williams. Malcolm caught the ball, but he was out of bounds, and so we had to we had to go in and adjust some things, and when we got with the players at halftime, when we got with the offensive coaches, one thing we wanted to emphasize is that it was a one-possession game. We were in a one-possession game. Obviously, we had not played well, and I felt like that I had gotten away from the run game. And you got to be able to stay with the run game against a team like that, even when sometimes it's not being productive, because it settles everything down. The zone read, for example. When a team is blitzing, sometimes gap control is less important than others, and we were able to pop a couple zone reads that kind of slowed things down. So we just went back and said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hang in with the run game. We're going to play a little empty on third down. We had not played much empty in the first half, and so the kids responded well, and it worked out. Most of the time. Most of the time after 5 years now, when I come out, and I learned a long time ago, the best way to talk to a quarterback is ask him, what did you see? Instead of saying, this is what I saw on second down, is that what you saw? They will all say, yes, Coach, that's what I saw too. So what I did was I said, hey, tell me what you saw on the back shoulder ball to Mount. He said, I saw a Will Cobra blitz. And that's exactly what it was. And so most of the time we're in a pretty good rhythm as to not only what's happening, but what play may be coming up. Oh, I could tell he was getting frustrated. I think he'd have been less than human if he wasn't. I was getting frustrated. And but that's one thing that we talk about a lot, is being able to handle the good as well as the bad, and being able, as the leader, Colt being the leader, is being able to get up and walk down and say, we're going to be fine, and this is what's happening, we're going to be okay. And I was so proud of him, the way he competed in the ball game and the plays that he made with his feet until we could get things settled down. Well, I think everybody tries to take Shipley out. I think OU did a better job, but I think everybody. Shipley's been a focus. He was a guy that was returning with over 90 catches, so he's been a focus every week. OU did a heck of a job. They mixed it up, as I knew they would. They played Jackson only man-to-man, sometimes without help. Sometimes Jackson played man with safety over the top. Sometimes Jackson played man with a fire zone underneath. So they mixed it up. And, we just got to continue to find different places to put him so that doubling is not as easy as knowing that he's just in one place. And then other guys have to also step up in those kind of games.
Just a little bit about Missouri. Is their defense much different than last year? And can you talk a little bit about Sean Witherspoon?
Sean Witherspoon is a heck of a player. He has got great size, got great speed. Seems like he's been there forever. He plays the backside backer for him, so he's playing a position a lot of times that's protected, especially with the way he can run. It's hard to get onto him. It's hard to get to him, especially when you go away from him. And when you go at him, that's no picnic either. They're basically a four-down team. They're a team that blitzes about 24% of the time. Now, I told you all that last year, and they came in here and blitzed every snap. So. But at least going in, this season, that's what they've been. Their front is good and solid, but Witherspoon is definitely the key to what they do defensively. They're very similar structurally. I think 7 of the guys either started or played significant against us last year.
Buckner in the receiving role, or Craig Smith to kind of help out
Yeah, it's a real tough decision. I mean, it's really, we labored with it a long time last Monday when we were formulating the game plan as to, is this the best 11 athletes to put out there? Or is this the best 11 athletes this week to put out there? And so we made a decision that we needed to play more 11 in this game. It was not arrived at easily. We spent a lot of time talking about it, but we just felt like that when you're in 10 personnel, that the run game becomes real limited because you do not have any broad surface, and you miss the backside cutoff too. Sometimes, when you say, well, you run weak a lot and there's not a broad surface there, but the tight end is kept the surface wide on the backside and the ball bends back to where he's at. So it was just a decision that we felt like was important. Even though we went into the game, Oklahoma was third in the nation in rush defense, giving up 46 yards a game or thereabouts. We just knew we had to run the ball. And one thing I was really proud of that we talked to the offensive lineman about is we don't think there's a magical number that 150 rushing, 170. We don't feel like that at all, but we do feel like what we call consistent rushing. And that is, did the called run, not coach scrambling, but did the called run, did it make 4 yards, a first down or a touchdown? We had 31 call runs in the ball game. 20 of them were what we would consider consistent rushing plays. When you're playing like that, you're able to slow down, get more gap responsibility, and it slows down the blitzing.
Sounds like even though there were some concessions that had to be made, it sounds like you're happy though with the way.
There was some concessions that had to be made, and obviously I'm happy because we won the ball game. And but it was not arrived at easily, and we're going to continue to play 10 quite a bit. But in some ball games, we're going to need to be able to play like we did the other night.
It seems like when we get like halfway in the season that some of these positions would be seen as just like, oh, Marquis stepping in and not going to dance sometimes. Is that normal and just still be kind of playing with those?
Yeah, I think so. And we talk to our players every day about depth chart changes and practice habits and production. And Marquise has been getting better and better, and obviously thought he did some really good things in the ball game. So we're going to give him a shot at our wide field player in the sub B position for us. We're still going to play a bunch of receivers. Mal early in camp was not as consistent catching the ball as we needed, and we talked to him about it. And he's practiced really well the last 3 weeks. And so, we're going to let him start the game at the split end. We're going to take Jordan, move him back to the slot receiver, where he's been playing some. But we're going to continue to play Jordan at the split end too. So it's going to be, especially with receivers, I think more than any other position probably. It's a continuation because we consider all those guys to be starters, and we just have to. Find which one has the hot hand and go with it.
Greg, if I told you in July that Marquise Goodwin would be a key component of this year's receiving corps, would you have thought I was crazy? I mean, he's kind of come out of nowhere.
I would have thought you were crazy, even if you wouldn't have told me that. No. Marquise came to camp, one of those mini camps. You get about 2 hours to look at him. Obviously, he could run. Obviously, he had a great smile. But it's hard to tell. We knew he was coming here on track, and we were excited about him coming out. But I had no idea, one, that he could pick things up as quickly as he did. He's an extremely bright guy. I've not had personally great success with track athletes that come over. Some of them can't get out of cuts. Some of them can get by you, but you don't have to guard them because they can't catch it. And so he can explode out of cuts. He catches the ball well. And a very unusual freshman. I think one thing that has helped Marquise so much, and Friday before the first ball game, I said, well, is it going to be a big deal for you, 101,000 out there? And he said, Coach, I've jumped all over the world. I don't think I'll get excited. And